The story of the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin DLC takes place sometime after the events of the main game. It introduces a new protagonist named Cassie, who receives a distress call from Gregory, urging her to come to the rundown Pizzaplex. Upon arrival, Cassie learns that Gregory is trapped and desperately needs her help to escape. Cassie embarks on a daunting journey through the dilapidated House of Memories, encountering various broken-down animatronics from previous games. As she navigates through the decaying establishment, she also encounters a formidable virtual bunny entity, patrolling the Pizzaplex network, determined to prevent Cassie from reaching Gregory. With Gregory's guidance, Cassie discovers that he is trapped underground beneath the Roxy racetrack. To free him, she must deactivate all the inhibitor nodes that control access to the basement. As Cassie diligently carries out Gregory's instructions, she faces numerous challenges, but she remains determined to save her friend. Eventually, only one node remains, but it seems to be elusive. Gregory informs Cassie that the final node is hidden inside none other than Roxy, one of the animatronics.
Your special day. I remember. Your special day. Do you still like carrot cake? It has been some time since I saw you last. If I remember correctly, it is on the 11th. I remember because you are number 1. Twice. Have you booked your party? I'm sure your friends will show up this time. Cassie? What are you doing?
Sorry.
I love carrot cake. Happy birthday, Cassie.
Roxanne, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Surprisingly, Roxy displays a sense of recognition towards Cassie and exhibits a friendly demeanor, possibly retaining some memories from the past. Despite the touching encounter, Cassie makes the difficult decision to deactivate Roxy to proceed with the mission and rescue Gregory. Players have the opportunity to experience multiple endings based on their choices throughout the game, with 3 distinct endings discovered so far. Cassie faithfully follows Gregory's instructions, deactivating the security override that causes the virtual bunny to vanish. Gregory contacts Cassie, informing her that he is trapped behind a wall. After breaking down the barrier, Cassie is shocked to find that Gregory was never there. Instead, it was an animatronic called the Mimic impersonating Gregory to lure her in. The Mimic launches an attack on Cassie, but Roxy comes to her rescue. Unfortunately, Roxy is defeated in the process. The real Gregory then contacts Cassie and guides her to safety. In the first secret ending, Cassie manages to find a secure hiding spot, and an image of Gregory, Vanessa, and Freddy appears on the screen, all enjoying a moment together, savoring ice cream. In the second secret ending, players who successfully unlock all the secret doors using the camera system unlock a unique path. The Mimic relentlessly chases Cassie, who cleverly leads him into a trap at the scooper machine, resulting in the Mimic's defeat.
Almost there!
In the main and likely canonical ending, Cassie seeks refuge inside an elevator. Gregory, concerned about the danger posed if the mimic follows Cassie to him and Freddy, makes a heart-wrenching decision. He chooses to protect everyone by making the elevator suddenly drop, sacrificing Cassie in the process.
Cassie, it's me. I think I need to explain a few things. You were never supposed to go to the Pizzaplex. That thing in the sinkhole tricked you. I really don't know what it is, but it's been trapped down here a really long time. The Mex's security program was designed to keep it hidden, but you shut down the security. And now it's free. It's not your fault. I know you did it for me, to save me. But we can't risk being followed. I'm sorry.
Gregory? No!
In the backstory of the Mimic, we learn that it was a creation of Edwin Burroughs in the 1980s. Edwin, a skilled engineer, collaborated with Fazbear Entertainment after gaining recognition for his AI-powered vacuum cleaner, Mr. Hugs, who also appears in Pizzeria Sim and torments Toy Freddy. Burroughs faced a personal challenge as he struggled to balance his demanding work schedule with taking care of his 4-year-old son. To address this, he devised a solution and designed the Mimic, a unique robot with an endoskeleton top half, featuring a sophisticated program called Mimic 1. This program allowed the robot to observe and replicate Edwin's actions, enabling it to imitate his interactions with his son. The Mimic was meant to care for Edwin's child during the day while he was occupied with work. However, tragedy struck when Edwin's son lost his life in a devastating car accident. This profound loss deeply affected Edwin, causing a notable shift in his personality. Grief and anger consumed him, leading him to vent his emotions on the Mimic. He subjected the robot to mistreatment, causing significant damage, and even smashed its head, necessitating a replacement. Unbeknownst to Edwin, the Mimic's program, influenced by Edwin's emotions and its ability to learn through observation, absorbed his sorrow and agony. This combination of emotional imprinting and advanced AI led the Mimic to develop a violent disposition. As the Mimic's behavior escalated, Edwin, overwhelmed by guilt, decided to abandon the robot in the factory where he resided. Over time, Edwin rose to prominence within Fazbear Entertainment, eventually becoming the chairman. However, he left the Mimic behind, hoping it could be recovered. A team was eventually dispatched to retrieve the Mimic. In the Security Breach Ruin DLC, an interesting story unfolds when players encounter Candy Cadet and exchange tokens with him, revealing a compelling narrative.
I will tell you a story about a mother and a little boy who lived alone in a cabin in the dark woods. There was a monster in the woods, but the mother caught it and kept it locked in the basement. The monster always made scary noises at night, but the mother would tell the boy not to worry because it could never get out. Then she would sing the boy a lullaby to sleep. One day, the monster stopped prowling and instead listened and learned the lullaby. The next day when mother went out to find food, the monster sang the lullaby from the basement. The little boy heard the lullaby and opened the door.
Gregory and Cassie symbolize the mother and child allegory, while the Mimic embodies the role of the monster in this tale. Throughout the DLC, it becomes evident that Gregory has been taking care of Cassie, as evidenced by the presence of cardboard cutouts and his attempts to shield her from harm. To safeguard Cassie, Gregory locks the Mimic underground, but somehow the Mimic discovers details about Gregory's closest friend. The mimic cunningly replicates this friend's voice, much like the monster in the story replicates a lullaby to entice the child into opening a locked door. Ultimately, Cassie falls into the mimic's trap as she disables the security protocols and breaks through a concrete wall, unwittingly freeing the mimic. The game's various endings leave room for speculation, and the cliffhanger ending could serve as a foundation for a potential sequel. The lore of this universe has proven to be intricate and complex, adding to the intrigue surrounding Security Breach Ruin and the Five Nights at Freddy's series as a whole.